Hello, fellow genealogists. Today I wanted to show you some of my favorite letters in the Old German handwriting and teach you how you can recognize them. Now, this is what the Old German handwriting looks like. In German, it is called Kurrentschrift. Schrift is the word for script in German, and Kurrent comes from the Latin word for running, so flowing or running. And you can see how these letters are very flowy. Now, this was the type of script that was used in German speaking countries up until about the time of World War II. So, most modern Germans cannot read it today because it stopped being taught in schools in the 1950s. So, if we want to work with our German documents of the past, we'll have to familiarize yourself at least a little bit with the script. I do have a handwriting course that will help you really learn it if that's what you're looking for, and I'll put that link in the comments under the video. But for today, I wanted to show you 3 of my favorite letters and teach you how you can recognize them. First and foremost, we have the letter H. So this letter H over here on the left is easy to recognize because it will have a loop above the line of writing, which is right here in the middle, and a loop below the line of writing. So a loop above and a loop below, both on the diagonal, that will be your letter H. Now over here on the right, we have the letter U, which has a nice little swoop above it. So if you see this swoop above a letter, you can now know it will be the letter U below. And I like to think this swoop looks like the bottom part of a smiley face. So that's one way to remember it. Now, let me tell you, however, sometimes this nice little swoop may be written sideways, it may be written upside down. People got a little sloppy in their handwriting sometimes. But if you see any type of swoop above a letter, you can now know the letter U is below. And one other letter I want to tell you about is the letter S. And there's actually 3 different ways to write the letter S. Luckily, however, they are all unique, and if we know what to look for, we can recognize them. So this first letter S is just a straight line down on the diagonal, starting with this little line over here. And this S is used for the beginning of lowercase words and the beginning of syllables. So if you have the word sitzen, for example, that word means to sit. To sit would be written with a lowercase s, so we would use this S right here. Now this S over here is what I call the end S. I like to think it looks like the number 6. That's how I remember it. And that S is used at the end of words and the end of syllables. So if you have the word Bus, for example, bus in German, that would be written with the end S since it ends with an S, our number 6 looking S. And then finally over here is our capital S. And I like to think it looks like an upside down fish. And in German, all nouns, so all persons, places, or things, are written with a capital letter. So if you have the word street in German, since that is a noun, that is Straße in the German language. Since Straße or street is a noun, we need a capital S, and we would start it with our fish-looking S. So here's some examples. Looking at that S, which one do you think it is? That is our lowercase version, and that word is schon, which means already. If we go down here, that is our number 6 looking S. Unfortunately, it doesn't have that nice loop here as in the example at the top, but remember, sometimes they got sloppy in their handwriting. And then finally over here, we have our capital fish looking S. That word is Schwager, which means brother-in-law, which is going to be written with a capital letter. And this word over here is minus, mine. And since it ends in an S, it is our number 6 looking S. So I hope you can recognize now your H, your U, and your S. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and more videos will be coming soon.